there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
How we doing, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I am your host, Richie, here with my guy, Mr. Idris Salam, a.k.a. Bosco from the Bronx. How you doing, my man?
Doing well. Kind of freezing up over here, though. My service. What's going on?
That's all right, bro. Just massage the computer. It'll all get better. Daniel Nunez in the house. Yo, bro, what's up, man? Breaking news if you haven't watched. Cosby Show Theo from that show. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Yeah, Idris mentioned it just before we went live. Really sad to hear that iconic show, The Cosby Show, one of the greatest of all time. I mean, to age myself, I remember being at my friend Terrence Lloyd's house, and his parents would go live on The Cosbys and record The Simpsons when The Simpsons were just starting. Simpsons still going is tremendous, but yeah, sad day, man. That's a piece of a lot of our childhoods. You know, I myself was a fan of The Cosby Show. Sucks, man. Losing too many greats, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I was shocked when it came across my phone, and then Zappy, he put it in the chat, and I was like, wow, and I read up and say accidental drowning. They don't have all the information yet, but that's what they're saying is accidental drowning.
Like, wow. Yeah, hate hearing it, man. It just seems like every year more. It seems like the pace is picking up. It seems like we're losing like 10 legends a year.
Yeah.
Whether it's athletics, whether it's Hollywood, music, we're just losing too many greats.
Yeah. It was good, Nunez.
Oh, don't worry, man. My stepdad likes to call me Rick on the playful tip. It's all good.
Yeah, I think he's been watching The Walking Dead. You just seen that picture I seen of you before we came on the air.
Nunez, since we have you here, I gotta have a little fun.
I know it's coming.
Are you clearing those splinters out of that ass, bro? The Milwaukee Brewers playing at a very high level, extending their winning streak to 10 games over the defending world champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
I can't say I'm disappointed because I'm definitely not.
Shouts out John Olsen. I know he's feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
Nunez's team, no matter how you slice it, they're still the team to beat regardless of the regular season or struggles that may happen. The thing that impresses me with the Dodgers over the course of this season is that their team ERA is not where they would want it to be, but they are still winning because they outscore a lot of people. But right now, they're going through a rough patch. It happens. Yeah. But the Brewers are playing damn good baseball, and it needs to be acknowledged.
National League, man. Brew Crew.
Idris, you're coming in a little light on my side. I don't know if that's true. Nunez, can you hear Idris well? I'll ask you.
It might be me because I know I think my mic is down. I'll turn it up almost.
Yeah, for sure. You guys definitely got to get healthy. I could relate to that. You know, the Yankees have dealt with a brash of injuries during the course of the year as well.
How do I sound to you?
Oh, great. Sound like you're sitting right next to me.
Okay, I had to turn my mic up.
All good, brother. All good. I just want to make sure Nunez and whoever else is hanging can hear you. Nunez, football on the horizon. We're going to be hitting on some NFL hot takes. But since we got you here, I'll kind of mix and match. I'll start there. Do you think that the overhaul of talent coming in versus talent coming out for your defending world champion Philadelphia Eagles, do you believe that there's going to be some growing pains with getting new guys acclimated to the Eagle way, the Eagle culture? Okay, bet. I'm going to let Nunez marinate on that question for a second. He'll get up in the comments. Idris, what are your thoughts?
I missed the question. I heard it. I didn't hear it.
Philadelphia Eagles with the new influx of losing certain key guys, but you know, Howie always has good drafts. He replaced guys.
Yeah.
And, of course, some changes to the coaching staff. Do you feel that it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle because we have not had a repeat world champion in football for a very long time?
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough anyway because of that. You know, it's hard to repeat. But I think Philly will still do Philly. I think they'll still be the top of the food chain in the division in the conference. Because we saw 2 seasons ago they lost Shane and what's his name? They struggled, but you know, they still did good, but they fell off at the end of the season.
The Kellen Moore thing is what intrigues me about how they're going to move. I mean, wide receiving room still intact.
Yeah.
They still have a phenomenal offensive line. I mean, when you lost that Hall of Famer, Jason Kelsey, they didn't lose a step.
Yeah, still got.
They actually had one of the greatest offensive seasons in terms of just line play, PFF grades. Obviously, Saquon damn near shattered Eric Dickerson's record. He chose not to play Week 18.
Yeah.
Philly will win 12 games this year. I would say, barring injury, that's realistic. But I also wouldn't be mind blown if they go 10-7 because the NFC East has such a horrifically difficult schedule this year.
Yeah, that's why AJ Dillon, man. That's insane.
I do like that pickup. It hasn't worked in previous years where they brought in the big-bodied guys because the season before Saquon came over, they did the DeAndre Swift experiment and they had Rashad Penny.
Yeah,
we had his brother for a little while. And Penny just couldn't stay healthy because I really thought that similar to like what LeGarrette Blount did for those Eagles back in the day, I thought that Penny could have been that guy in goal line situations, you know, moving the chains, just being that dude. Similar to like what Montgomery could do for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
You know, that caliber of back. But this is the weird thing about this division. I'm not worried about the Dallas Cowboys. The Commanders worry me and the Giants. Still think we trashed Nunez? Okay, we'll rediscuss that. I'll hit on.
Okay. I think Dillon's going to help because they got Saquon, and Saquon is a punisher also. So I think that's going to help. I think if Dillon can stay healthy, they're going to be tough. And Philly, I say they'll win 11. They'll win at least 11 games. I can see them go 11-6, 12-5, because Philly. I'm not gonna lie, man. They're the shit.
Right. They're the world champions. You know, there's no denying that. But
I like the ring they got. I looked at the ring this morning. I was like, that they did some shit on that ring. They hooked that ring up. I like.
Noah, say hi to the guys.
Yo, what's up? Noah, no. So I called you no.
He was giving me help in the yard today. I got to say, he's getting a drone.
Okay.
So well, he kind of expedited the arrival for his drone. So I told him, I said, bro, we got to get on the earning. So he's been helping me in the yard today.
Yeah. Hey, Nunez,
yeah, Papa, just make sure that you lock the door.
Don't sleep on the Giants. We may not be world, we might win 7 games this year. We might win 8. But don't sleep on us, man.
This is the thing with the Eagles, which makes this defense more challenging than most.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the defense of the Lombardi Trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has repeated in the NFC East in 22, I think, years now, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Over 2 decades. And but at the same time, Jalen Hurts broke that curse that was going on with first-time Super Bowl losers coming back and winning. So they already exercised one demon.
Well, Nunez, my thing about that, I don't really listen to Cam too much, because I look at Jalen Hurts as this. He may not be that guy that throw for 400 yards, and people not game managers and stuff. I'd rather have a game manager because the game manager's not going to mess it. He does what he has to do. So call him an elite or what? The guy's winning football games. He got you the 2 Super Bowls. You won 1. You've been dominant. So if you don't want to call him elite, whatever, he's getting the job done. That's all that matters. He's getting the job done. So
I'm going to answer this question in a fair manner. No, I don't think Jalen Hurts is elite, but I think Jalen Hurts did what he had to do to win that Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs took away Saquon Barkley, something that nobody all season was able to do. He made the necessary throws, with the exception of that one bad interception. Jalen Hurts made the throws.
Yeah.
But do I think he's elite? No, I don't. And if I'm going to be brutally honest, just to make it clear that I'm not picking on the Eagles, if you back it up to Troy Aikman when he was a Dallas Cowboy during those dynasty years, I believe that Troy Aikman also benefited heavily from what he had around him. Because if people are going to ask me, 90s quarterbacks, you had Favre, you had still some of Marino left. Elway. Yeah. Steve Young. I mean, no disrespect to Troy, but I think all those dudes are better than Troy. And I'm not saying that Troy didn't win enough and make a mark in the league to make the Hall of Fame, because he did. But I think Troy was the most beneficial of all those Cowboy players. You have Emmitt Smith, the playmaker, that phenomenal offensive line. You had different tight ends that came in and were great. Not to mention Moose Johnston was one of the greatest blocking fullbacks in the history of the league. So to answer your question, not yet, but that doesn't mean he might not be. But not yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him elite. Can we call somebody elite? But I'm cool with what he does. If I had a quarterback to do what Jalen Hurts does, I don't care if he's elite, just win the game. That's how I look at it. And he's winning, he's getting it done. Because the ones who are elite, they're not looking too good. So Jalen has been there 2 times. And he was pushing for that 3rd one, but Frisco knocked him out. So
I completely agree with that, Nunez. I have no problem with that. But
yeah, you see what he said, and that's how I feel about Eli.
When you're holding down an offense and shutting them out for a good chunk of the game,
and see,
Hurts was getting short fields all game. All game. Good field position all game.
What he said about Hurts and Mahomes, I feel that way about Eli. People say Eli's trash. Eli beat the GOAT. And he beat the GOAT during the season. Eli's
there's a lot of variables with the Eli career. I mean, would I like, if I'm a voter, would I want a few more Pro Bowls? Absolutely.
Yeah, but think about it. People say, but he was what, 176 and 176. I would say you can't put a record on a quarterback, because a quarterback can play his ass off in the defense. Because you see how defenses was going back to 2013. Like, I remember it was one time we used to lose like 7 games, average 7 games a year, because of the defense blew it.
2 of Eli's greatest years were years, Noah, close the door when you go out, Papa. Two of the worst defenses the Giants had was when Eli was 3rd in touchdown to interception ratio, 14 and 15, behind only AR-12 and TB-12.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's similar to coaches. You get remembered for the wins and losses.
Right.
Just like the quarterbacks. It comes with the territory. I will say this.
Count that he got the most 4-quarter comebacks. People don't think about it.
Bottom line, he walked away from the league. Only 6 men threw more touchdowns. He's top 10 in every passing category.
Every passing category.
Brett Favre threw a lot more picks.
A lot more. Yeah. Roman Gabriel. Freaking Dan Fouts. I think he threw 2 more interceptions. 2 more touchdowns. He threw interceptions. I'm like, but he's first ballot Hall of Famer.
And I try to be fair, because I had this conversation with someone the other day about Brady and Montana, and I revisit this whenever it comes up. I am not a big fan of comparing 80s and 90s quarterbacks statistically to what we get in today's times, because defenses are different.
Yeah.
When Joe Montana and those kind of guys were running around, you were having to play with the likes of Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, Mike Singletary, etc. And these guys took liberties on the quarterback. The late, great Jerome Brown, who played opposite of Reggie White. Washington had great defenses as well. And now we're just talking about our division, let alone the league on the whole. The 49ers had some ferocious teams. the Saints, although they won't be remembered the way that they win championships, they had some great defenses back then as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can't really compare them because back then defenders had a free line to hit the quarterback. Today they have to pull up and
What's up, Coco?
What's up, Coco? It's hard for a defender to play now.
Yeah, and it was a more violent game back then. So so I'll say this to any Patriot or 49er fan. Similar to the Mike and Kobe thing, how they say that if you just switch uniforms, they're damn near the same player, damn near.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady, Joe Montana, in my genuine opinion, are the closest thing to each other in terms of play of style. Because when Montana played, Marino was more talented. You had other guys that were more talented, but he was the greatest winner. When Tom Brady played, I think you can make a logical argument that AR-12 and Peyton Manning were more talented. Shit, man, you can even make an argument that Brett Favre is more talented. Yeah. But Brett Favre didn't have the mental discipline that Tom Brady had. Neither does Aaron Rodgers, for that matter, in the big moments.
I would compare Brady more to Marino in terms of play because Marino wasn't a runner, Brady was, but they both had an arm, they both had vision.
Marino was doing shit in the 80s that wasn't done until 2 decades later.
Right. In terms of winning and that moxie, I'll put him with Montana, with that cerebral, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people will make excuses.
Yeah.
To try to diminish these accomplishments, like with Montana, they'll say, "Oh, he had Jerry Rice." He did, but he won 2 rings before Rice left Mississippi Valley State,
and almost went over to KC and did it with a whole new team.
Absolutely, he got them close. Not to mention, he missed a lot of time after that Leonard Marshall hit, and then he had another setback. Nunez, I'll give you a quick run of what I see early on in the NFC, or just the predictions will elaborate more. I think the New York Giants have a legitimate chance to lead the league in sacks, but we will not know what we're going to do wins and losses wise until we see what the identity of this offense looks like and if the offensive line plays better, because we have 2 quality running backs right now in Scadaboo and Tracy.
Yep.
Malik Neighbors is a beast right now, a candidate to lead the league in receiving yards. And whatever people think about Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston, or even the kid Jackson Dart, it's the best quarterback room we've had since Eli Manning was in the building in his prime.
Yeah.
But it comes down to the offense. The offense doesn't have to be elite. If the offense can be adequate, the Giants are going to beat some teams that people don't see coming, because that defense is going to be coming all year long.
And that was our problem the last couple of years. We just had to score points. We couldn't score points. The defense was holding teams to 20 points, 21 points. We just couldn't score.
It was embarrassing.
The defense can do the same thing this year, and I think we got a better defense than we had last year, especially on the front line.
My kid is so fired up.
If the offense can get 24 points, 28 points, we can win. But if we just scoring 20 points and 14 points, we're dead in the water, man. I agree. Watch out.
I agree with Nunez here. I do think the Carolina Panthers are going to be much improved. I think Bryce Young gained a little valuable confidence towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
In that particular division, though, I still think it's between the Buccaneers and the Falcons. If Michael Penix Jr. takes the necessary steps, the Falcons have a lot of talent, but it's hard for me to pick against Tampa because they keep winning the division.
Yeah, they look tough. I mean, they got the most veteran quarterback. He's been there, done that, Baker Mayfield. So,
Chuba Hubbard, one of the most underrated backs in the NFL. Yes. Very underrated. I think the Saints are going to finish last in that division. I'll share that much.
Yeah.
I think the Saints are going to just be flat out bad. Denver will win the AFC West. I'm going to disagree there.
Yeah.
I'll just say it now. Here's a hot take for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the winner will be the Chiefs. I think the Los Angeles Chargers are going to win that division this year.
Me too.
But I think Denver is a top 5 defense, no question.
Yeah, because Jim Harbaugh got a whole second year now. He had a whole year to get that team. Yeah, the Chargers might win a division.
Now, Idris, in our league, how I traded a bunch of people to a bunch of draft picks and ultimately I won our league last year, but I have to pay the price this year. I don't have a first or second round pick. I'm freezing Justin Herbert in round 10.
I'll trade you one of my quarterbacks for a first rounder. I mean, I give you my first rounder for somebody.
I will say this. I believe that Justin Herbert is going to have a year statistically that looks a lot better because Trey Harris out of Ole Miss is going to be awesome opposite of Ladd McConkey.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And I absolutely love Omari and Hampton out of UNC. I think the Chargers are going to play a very physical brand of football that they've already implemented, but now they're going to be able to throw the rock around a little more, and Herbert is going to have a year that makes people remember his rookie year.
I agree with that because, I've been knocking him since he came in. I was like, he's this, he can do that, but he was overrated. But I think now he got a year on his belt with Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh's going to run the ball more. He might make Herbert run the ball some more. But I think Herbert's going to eat this year. I will say,
man. I feel good about it. I love this that Nunez is here. He's helping us big time with the hot takes. What do I think about the Niners? I think the 49ers are going to be a fringe playoff team. It could go into week 17, 18 to decide. I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to be a fringe playoff team. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a fringe playoff team. The Cowboys are a hard one to figure. They could go 11-6 or they could go 8-9. But it's that margin of error that separates an 8 or 11 win team. Or in my team's case, I personally think we're going to win 7 games. I appreciate the 9-win shout, but I have to see what it looks like. If we get off to a fast start, I can entertain that a little more because I do think the Commanders are going to be in for a little more of an awakening this year because the schedule is much harder.
And we got a tough one right out the gate. That's why I say 7 or 8 games for us. And any Giant that thinks we're going to win 10, 20, you're delusional. If we do it, great. But don't put it like we're going to do it. Look at it 7 games. And if we go more, great. We need to see how we do on the field. Are we fighting like the first year with Joe Judge? We were what 6-10, but we had that team fought the damn Eagles. They did with but
yeah, we talked to somebody. We talked to somebody about that.
That team fought, but the second year they looked like they didn't want to play anymore. Now we need to go out there and fight. I want to see fight in this team. I know what the defense can do. I want to see the offense fight, and I think we can. Because I know, Shane, this is it for them. Shane and Dable, this is it right here.
I would pause on the Commanders for a second. Terry McLaurin is not happy right now. I don't think Deebo Samuel is the player he was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I do like the backfield between Eckler and Robinson, but I'm telling you, these Commanders are going to be in for a bit of a wake-up call this year. And I'm not saying that they're a bad team or that they're – I'm just saying that this is going to be a lot harder this year for them.
Yeah,
it took them a long time last year to be the team with a winning record.
Yeah, because see, now people got tape on them.
Absolutely. Jaden Daniels is that dude. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, you got tape.
But I don't think they're as good as where they finished last year. They beat the crap out of the Lions. I give them props.
Yeah.
They earned it. I love Magic Johnson to death. I'm happy that he's involved with another winner.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're as good as people think.
Yeah,
to answer your question,
yeah,
I missed one here with the Rams.
Oh, they're gonna win the West.
Nunez, that's my pick to win the conference.
Yeah.
I think the Los Angeles Rams are going to the Super Bowl. Because were it not for that false start. Your defense was gassed, bro. They were about to steal that game in the snow.
They were done. They were done. That hold saved them. They were done. Yeah, Scary Terry, man, they should have paid that guy. That's been the guy. He's been through.
He's put in the work.
You got to give him his money, man.
Similarly to how I laughed at the 49ers giving Ayuk that money, I'm not a big fan of this pickup of Deebo Samuel for the Commanders either.
He's out of shape. He's
his best is behind him. I'm not saying that he can't have some moments.
Yeah, but I don't think he was 2 seasons ago.
All I know is that Olamide Zaccheaus and Zach Ertz were the heroes for me winning that band in the sleeper. That was the inaugural year for this dynasty league, and it came down to the Atlanta missed field goal. Ertz catching that football to win the ball game won me my fantasy league. It was like that dramatic. I went from a 99% chance to win to just winning it outright.
Yeah, well, I was
unbelievable. And Olamide Zaccheaus, the guy that I had the audacity to start over Tyreek Hill, and it worked. Olamide Zaccheaus. But I had to drop him this week because in dynasty leagues you draft rookies. Oh, it's like a 3-round draft. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other NFL hot takes before we move it back over to baseball? Also want to hit on this RG3 and Shaq drama.
That's in last place.
Yo, Nunez, we got to get you back on camera, dog. When we get closer to the East preview, be good to get you back here. Yeah. And also, if your Dodgers, baseball is still very much still in action too. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. You're one of our best supporters. Thank you, bro. Humbly appreciate that for sure. All right. Last hot take. I'm thinking if I have anything else I want to share today about anything. Miami Dolphins are going to finish last in the East. I know I've mentioned that recently. I think the Detroit Lions window is closing, Idris.
Say again?
The Detroit Lions window?
Yeah.
It has to be this year or else it's...
Dude, Ben Johnson and I mean, you lose your OC and you lose your DC. I know Philly did it, but Philly had a lot of foundation there. Philly knows how to lose and come back and lose and come back. Detroit, when they lose, they lose.
Well, Detroit last year, the injuries did them in that secondary. Washington just kept getting behind them. Jaden Daniels played out of his mind. You got to give him credit. Listen, I like Jared Goff. I think he's one of the real good guys in the NFL. One of the real quality people that plays the sport of football. But I'll be real with you. I don't trust him in no big games, bro.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't. And I'll take it a step further. There's no quarterback in that division that I trust all the way.
No, I don't either. Because with Love, he throws. Everyone throws interceptions.
It's always that aggravating pick that you want to punch your TV if you're a Packer fan.
Yeah, first year basically playing in the pros. Caleb Williams.
That's a hot take I got for you. And I hate saying this because my dad was the biggest Packer fan ever.
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers are finishing last in the North this year.
I'm close to saying that. With me, I don't see them finishing any higher than fourth.
My little sister is not happy with that take.
I agree because they lost a lot. I mean, they picked up a few. They got what's the name from us also, Isaiah Simmons, but I don't trust him, man.
I like the Simmons pickup, but there was no room for him with us. But I'm happy. I'm happy that he's going to another quality. Listen, the Packers have talent. I'm not trying to paint them with a bad brush.
Yeah.
I just think that this particular year, the Bears are better. The Vikings, I don't know all the way how I feel about McCarthy, but I do know that they're a damn good team based on last year.
I think they'll win 10 games, 9 or 10 games.
In my opinion, they may very well have the second best offensive line just behind Philly.
They could.
That offensive line they got is good.
That division, I mean, they could finish first. If McCarthy can go in there and think they could finish first in that division.
Here's my final hot take, and then we're moving into baseball.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow will win his first league MVP this year.
I wouldn't deny that.
They got to win some more games this year.
They got to win some games.
If they sneak in as a wild card and he just blows up the league, I think this year he wins the MVP, but he's going to have competition in his own division from Lamar.
Yeah.
And, of course, Josh Allen is always in the conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers takes the Steelers to the playoffs, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just like the Brew Crew World Series. Oh, we're on baseball now anyway. Let's go. Okay,
we'll see. We'll see. We shall see, Nunez. The Madden curse is real, Nunez.
Yes, it is.
I don't wish it on nobody. I hope Saquon stays healthy.
Me too.
Don't wish it on nobody. Regardless of my feelings about if he wanted to be a Giant for life, that'll. Yeah. I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with it now. We have rebuilt the running back room. Running back is not our issue. We have other issues. Running back's not one of them.
Next.
Pittsburgh Pirates today, an upset candidate to beat the Tigers. However, on my parlay, I am picking the Tigers to win. Paul Skeens is just so freaking good, but I think Jack Flaherty today pitches a good enough game. He's been bad this year for his standard. The Dodgers kind of saw it coming, so they let him go.
Mm-hmm.
But
you got Pittsburgh beating Detroit today?
No, I got them competing. They're a candidate for an upset, but I still took Detroit. Paul Skeens on the mound. His ERA is right. It's like flat at 2. So
okay.
Anytime he takes the mound, the Pirates have a chance. But after what I just saw the Pirates do against the White Sox, the Pirates are bad, bro.
I'm picking the Pirates to win today.
Ugh.
Upset.
They're terrible.
That's it. Only today. Only the first game.
They're so bad.
Here they are.
Phillies and Red Sox going to be a good one today. You got Walker Buehler on the bump for the Red Sox against Zach Wheeler. Give me the Phillies today.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the matchups in favor of the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked if another one hits the seats.
Yep.
He's been on a torrid pace. When coming into the year, I picked him to be the National League home run leader. Where Judge is in second right now in the American, but he still has time to catch Cal.
Yeah. Schwarber. Yeah. Golly, man. Yeah.
I am picking the Dodgers to take care of the Twins.
Yeah, I hope they do. I don't want them to, but I hope they do. I can't stand
Carlos Rodon on the bump today.
Yeah.
In playing the Blue Jays again, this is a huge series for the New York Yankees.
We gotta win.
Yankees got to win the series. They don't got to sweep. They got to win the series, though.
Gotta win. Yeah, gotta win.
I like the Yanks tonight. I do. I like the Yanks tonight. I think Rodon has really earned his stripes, so to speak.
Yeah.
Since a lot of questionability if that was a bad contract.
Yeah.
But he has been that dude this year. And in the absence of Garrett Cole,
he's been that guy.
He's been the alpha dog in that rotation right next to Max Fried.
And I'm glad because I was kind of skeptical about him. But he's lived up.
He just needed the beard.
Yeah.
Just needed the beard.
just to let everybody know.
New York Mets playing very sporadically right now.
Yeah.
They're getting the Angels. The Angels are right around the Mendoza line, right around 500 club. I am picking the Mets to squeak one out today, but I would be blown away if they do lose to the Angels. But I really want to focus on these Milwaukee Brewers for a second.
Yes, the Brew Crew. My World Series.
I'm going to address this with Nunez in just a second. So hold that thought. Milwaukee Brewers right now, man, let me tell you. You got to make a move, Milwaukee. Got to make a move. You can't sell nobody. You got to make a move. They're tied with the Cubs for first in the Central.
It's crazy because usually at the All-Star break, they always say, "Yeah, let's go ahead and ship some people out here. We could win this too."
Right.
Hey, Nunez, the Brew Crew are my National League World Series pick.
I don't know about all that.
The Brew Crew.
That might be motivated. That might be motivated from the good green. But I'm sorry. I do not agree with Idris. However, I'd love to see it. I have no issue if that happened. It'd be kind of cool.
Dude, I want them to win. You know what? I'm a diehard Yankee fan. But I've always had a thing for the Brewers, even when they were in the American League.
They've always been kind of cool.
They've always been that type of team, man. And
any team that has a mascot that jumps into a pool of beer when you hit a home run.
Exactly.
Not to mention the love that I have for Bob Uecker, the late great Bob Uecker.
Bob Uecker is one of the guys who made me like the Brewers, man.
But truthfully, coming into the year, I don't think anybody took the Central serious. But now you have
got the
two legitimate teams. The Cubs are no joke, dude.
Right.
The Cubs took 2 out of 3 against us.
And usually the Central is garbage.
Cubs played really well against the Red Sox.
Yeah. Brew Crew. Y'all heard it here first. Brewers in the World Series.
One last thing I want to hit on baseball before we go any further. Bernie Williams, Kirby Puckett. I saw this in a baseball page today. I want to hit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie has comparable at bats. It took him longer to get to the amount of hits he had. Bernie's over 2,300 hits.
Yeah.
But when I consider that Bernie Williams, worst case scenario, was the second best player during the Yankees dynasty, and I'm going to say sometimes the best player in that team, I do think there's a Yankee bias as to why he's not in Cooperstown. He has the most postseason home runs in MLB history.
Right.
He played center field at a good enough level in terms of the offensive value. I'm not going to tell you he was Andrew Jones in center. He wasn't. His arm wasn't the best. He was adequate.
Yeah.
However, he was the second best center fielder in terms of offensive ability, behind only Ken Griffey Jr. when Griff was still in the American League. One of the most undervalued, unappreciated players. And when I'll be honest with you, no disrespect to the late, great Kirby Puckett. He belongs in the Hall. Kirby has 10 All-Star nods to Bernie's 5. But I'm sorry. If Bernie ain't in, he's damn close. There's a few Yankees that I take issue that are not in there. He's one of them.
Yeah, Bernie should
he,
be.
Mattingly, and Munson are the three that annoy me the most.
They all should be in there. Munson should be in there.
Yeah, Munson the fact that he's not in is just egregious.
Time of his death, he was a freaking. It's just like with Barry Bonds.
He's a big-time postseason performer. He was the captain of the 2-time world champions.
Right. Exactly. Those three should be in.
I love what Gary Sheffield said. I spoke about it with former namesake of the show, Jordan Patrick. I was at his house a couple of nights ago, and the Hall has just disappointed me on so many levels.
The baseball Hall is the worst, man.
I wish the players would vote, because if the players voted, you'd get the players that belong in the Hall. I think former players, or maybe Hall of Famers themselves, guys that are in should get to the voting.
Yeah, because the sports writers, they have their biases.
Or at least make it a 50-50 split. Give the players a little more of a chance that deserve to be there.
50-50. Let them vote their peers in.
Absolutely.
Let them vote them in. I mean, it's crazy because you got so many freaking baseball players from the past, the 20s and 30s. Shoot, it's Joe Jackson, man. Guys like him, you're like, come on, man.
Why? The thing is, I've been out of the loop for the better part of 4 weeks. I catch up with WWE usually 4 to 5 weeks where I just binge them all. So I will have a side conversation with you in reference to this, and I am down to bring you on for a wrestling show in the near future. So I am with that. I know you are a big wrestling head. So I've been a little bit out of the loop for the better part of 4 weeks, but I'd love to have you on the show and talk some wrestling. Idris, RG3 versus Shaquille O'Neal. Give our viewers the backstory.
Yeah, RG3 was saying, I'll just cut to the chase. I think it's stupid, period. I mean, RG3 had his opinion. Okay, he's in the media. Shaq's just trying to smash. Let's just keep it 100. He's just trying to smash Angel Reese. I'm just going to keep it 100. And it's childish him saying he's going to punch. Look, people say what they say in the media. And you say you're going to punch him in the face. It's stupid.
I think they're both wrong.
Me too. They're both wrong.
Because I'll be honest with you, I don't like because when RG3 posted that particular picture of the gorilla in front of the 2K logo thing, I feel that you're perpetuating negativity and bringing more shame to something that was already in racist regard. Now this is the problem. You can't play at both sides of the fence, RG3.
Right.
You can't say racism is wrong on any level.
Right.
But yet you're in that same paragraph.
Yeah.
You're trying to play victim also.
Right.
So I understand Shaq's anger, but does Shaq want to smash? I mean, I don't know.
Shaq's trying to smash, dude. Shaq trying to smash. They're both wrong. I think what RG said was over the top, and what Shaq saying, if he keeps talking about, hey, he gonna punch in the face. That they're both dead ass for that. Shaq's trying to smash. You all know that Shaq's trying to smash. Period. If he does, more power.
I don't know, man. Look, I get it that he comes off as the big brother, but it is a little. I'll be real with you. I love Shaq. I love Shaq. He's a good person, truly.
Yeah.
But
he's trying to smash, man. See, we need to put that poll up. That's what we do. We need to pull a poll on the y'all check out the Richard Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast Facebook page. We need to put a poll up. Do you think Shaq is sincere or is he trying to smash? That's what we need to put up there. Nunez, if you're there, still there, is Shaq sincere or is he trying to smash? Let's keep it 100, man. And Shaq, if you're hearing us, come on the show and defend yourself.
And Shaq, if you're gonna punch anybody, go after him because he's a former boxer.
Exactly. Someone do it too.
Love you, Shaq. All joking aside,
you trying to
we
smash
see what you do in the world and the way you help people on a consistent basis. So
a
lot of respect.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
I'm just joking, Shaq, but you can't come on the show though. So,
absolutely. But please don't punch him. I won't wake up until 2027. All right. What else we got? Crawford versus Canelo. Idris, what are your thoughts on this boxing match?
I think it's going to be a better
it's
fight.
Spaced out. It's not till September on Netflix, but just gotta.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a better fight than people think. People think Canelo's going to go in there and walk through Crawford, and I mean, as a former boxer too, when you go up in weight, you get a little slower. But when I fought at 165, 185, and 200. When I went from 165 to 185, I lost a little speed, but because of my height, and I walked around at 175 anyway. So when I jumped up that 10 more pounds, it didn't affect me at all. I mean, I was a little bit slower, but I didn't feel sluggish. I felt good. So I think with Crawford, he's naturally bigger than height-wise, bigger than Canelo. So I think with the reach and stuff, I think his thing will be more, will he have the stamina to go, if it goes 12 rounds, will he be able to go that long? Because that's the issue I had, and I was just going 3 rounds. And I was like, okay, I got to pace myself. But I think I'm picking Crawford, man. I'm picking Crawford, close decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo won, because Canelo's a big guy.
I'm going to take Canelo by decision. I'm going to go no knockdowns.
Yeah.
But I do think Canelo is actually going to win the fight. But if he does win in controversial fashion,
yeah, that's what they call him, though.
Nunez, I thought you might have had some solidarity with Canelo. But I guess he's turning off a lot of fight fans. I honestly thought you may have had some solidarity with Canelo. I'll be real with you. I want Crawford to win. I'm tired of Canelo. I'm pissed off with Canelo. Say what you want about Money Mayweather. Money Mayweather gave Canelo an opportunity when Canelo was a very dangerous challenger. All right, tell him how you really feel, bro.
How you feel, man? Yeah, I'm a Benavidez guy, man. That's
hell yeah. I love that dude.
That's my favorite fighter right now, Benavidez. That's my dude.
I'm with you. And what about Tank Davis, bro? What is this dude? I just feel that he's like really messing up his greater legacy.
He is, man. It's like, dude, chill.
Yeah.
Just chill. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he don't want to fight Roach again, so he got in trouble. I'm joking.
Roach should have won that fight, dude.
Roach should have won that fight. They got the rematch coming. I'm ready for them to fight too.
We'll see if Tank can stay out of trouble for a little while.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
See, like he does it right before big fights, man. He gets in trouble.
I think it's part of his aura to a level. But I'll be honest, man. Too much to lose.
Yeah, way too much, man. You got a good career. You can go down one of the greatest. But right now, with my opinion, with a lot of these fighters today, I wouldn't call none of them great because they're not fighting anybody. They're not fighting each other compared to the years of the Four Kings, even the Tyson era, Ali era. They all fought each other. These guys don't want to fight each other.
Yeah, it's more posturing and trying to keep the earnings on the belt longer.
Yeah.
And I understand that, it's a violent sport and you have to prolong your career. I get it. I mean, even in the Rocky movies, like the way Mickey handled Rocky, and the truth came out in part 3, and then Clubber Lang knocked him out of the ring and kind of, went mentally through him, like, was I really that dude? Or even in the Creed series.
Yeah.
Anybody familiar with the Adonis Creed series? How he had. It happens to all the great fighters that they do lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coco. I'm with you.
I'm down with you, Nunez. Got you, homie.
Yeah, Pac-Man should have won that fight. But at this juncture of his career, I'm convinced that they don't want him to win any
I
fights.
don't want him to win because he should have. Pac-Man fought his ass off. I was like,
Yeah, it's
it's going to be on the
unfortunate.
show tomorrow, y'all. But
Well,
Pac-Man,
why is Manny still fighting? Is he having money problems?
he just said,
I know he's very generous to a fault.
no, he just said he was fed up. He was because he was doing politics, and he just
Yeah,
got.
I know
tired.
that. Yeah, he was involved with that for a minute. Yes, I
He
do
just
recall
got
that.
tired. He said he just got just tired. He said he wanted to fight. I'm like, oh, okay, well, he wanted to go down as the guy who. Me too, Nunez. I had it more like 114, 115, 114, but I had Pac winning. Yeah, I don't know if I doubt if it's money. But hey, I want him to come back, do it again, fight Tank, because he said he'll fight anybody. You know, yeah, I love me some Pac-Man, and like so on the show coming up, it'll be tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Pac-Man. We're gonna talk about Usyk and Dubois. We're gonna talk about Pac-Man and Mayweather, who's really the greater fighter. Y'all gonna be
Usyk, a legend killer, so to speak.
Yeah, I wouldn't
putting down Tyson Fury multiple times.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in the top 10 yet because he's only had 24 fights and his wins have been against the same people he took the title from. I need to see more. But would I put him on the top 25 all time? Yeah. Maybe.
Now, let me ask you a question about a guy who has phenomenal knockout power, but just his career took a wrong turn.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the Bronze Bomber is completely cooked?
I think he's
Deontay Wilder.
I think the Fury fight.
The second one, right? Where he busted his eardrum. Yeah. I think that affected him in a very powerful way.
And when he got knocked out, I think that broke. It's just like with Tyson.
That third fight was entertaining. They all were entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think he met his kryptonite in Fury.
Because see, when he was fighting, I kept telling people, I said, he only has a punch. He doesn't have a stop. Because I fought guys in the ring like that who just try to knock you out. And I always find you got to do like Fury did. He was never a boxer. That's the problem. And boxers beat him. He was never a boxer. And it's too late for him to learn how to box. Now the guy's 38, 39 years old. It's too late to learn.
Yeah, old dog research not really happening.
I
got a quick hip-hop question for you, Idris, before we fly out.
Yeah.
Did a young Eminem steal Cage's style?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Oh, I got a few more for you. I love this. All right, the floor is yours. Have at it.
You know who? I'm gonna tell you something. You know who he kind of sounded like? Max Kellerman back in the day when Max Kellerman for real. Go back and listen to Max Kellerman and his brother Sam. Eminem sound just like him. just like him. Just like him. And people don't realize Max Kellerman had skills on the mic. Max Kellerman was good. But I heard Cage and I've heard Rakim. Because there's a lot of stuff I heard. I like, that sound like, when he first came out, like, man, he sounded like, but I think it's more Cage. Yeah.
Because the thing is, I know that they were beefing when they were younger.
Yeah.
But a lot of people wouldn't necessarily see it because Cage was always underground, whereas Eminem, the mainstream run with the engine at Interscope between Dre and 50.
Yeah.
And rather, Dre and Jimmy Iovine, I should say. 50 was after Eminem.
Yeah.
50's on the brain. That's why I mentioned him as well.
We need to have a hip-hop show, dude.
I know. Did 50 Cent really violate the Supreme Team on Ghetto Quran?
I don't know, man. 50.
Listen, we know that he's been a troll since day one.
Yeah.
Even his first album, when he first came out, people act like Get Rich or Die Trying was his first work, and that's not the case.
I can't talk against 50 because he might see this video, and 50 don't let you go.
Yeah, he won't let us go. I'm just going to give my 2 cents. I believe that 50 Cent, the largest impact of any artist I have ever seen on a debut album in the history of hip-hop, at least in my lifetime. I will say that. More so than Eminem, more so than the Notorious B.I.G. even. Believe it or not, in terms of the impact.
Yeah.
The quickness of it. I think it's more of the kind of thing where 50 felt that Ja Rule was a big fake.
Yeah.
He exposed him.
Mm-hmm.
And the Supreme Team had links and funding with the people at Murder Inc.
Yep.
Now, listen, I don't like making fun of the dead, and we know that the Gotti Pack thing, a lot of people took that really harsh.
Right.
But you have to understand something. That man was in the know of this man almost losing his life. So it's a different set of rules when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think that's where I'm going to leave that.
I agree. I can roll with that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
What else we got? Have you seen any of the Joe and Jada podcast?
Mm-mm.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah? Let's check it out.
Pretty good.
With Joe Budden?
No. Fat Joe and Jada Kiss.
Oh, no, I didn't know they had a podcast.
Not bad.
I've seen them, but I didn't know that was their joint. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Joe and Jada, I believe it's called. I've been seeing different snippets, different interviews. Not bad. And it's a little less annoying than Nori always interrupting everybody that he brings to the show.
I wish he would just shut up sometimes. You can't get nothing out without him. And let the man describe his story, tell his story. Nori won't be quiet. Oh, I got one thing I want to speak on. The WNBA players talking about pay us, we're gonna walk out. Let me explain, y'all who keep saying pay these women. This is not nothing. This is not a man thing. And when we say they haven't earned the money, well, I'm not gonna say they hadn't earned the money. Look, they've been in the red since day one. They've been averaging $40 million since day one. They've been in the league 25 years. That's $1.2 billion they are in the hole. They want part of the revenue. They didn't say they want part of the profit. You get your money from the profit, not the revenue. The revenue, you bills and shit, They want the revenue because that's where the money coming in.
The money's really in the endorsements for these women right now.
Exactly.
That's why Reese and Clark are doing well.
Exactly. And see, that's the problem with the league. And like Buddy Coco, a lot of women say women are the biggest haters of women. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are marketing themselves. I talk a lot of trash about Angel Reese. I know I do. She's my favorite player. She kind of moved up, and I'm starting to like her. She's starting to play her game. But I got to give the girl credit.
The quickest player in the league's history to the 500 marks on multiple metrics. Right?
She flipped the me bounce thing.
Yeah.
So Angel Reese, she out there getting her money. Yeah. Caitlin Clark is getting her money. And I always say the problem with the WNBA, the women don't market themselves. You got a whole female staff when it comes to the players union. You got a female commissioner.
Yes.
They're not doing nothing. Clark and Reese are making this money because I salute the Angel Reese. I talk mad trash, but I salute the girl.
And while you mention these two, I'm going to circle it 1 second. That's a big reason why Shaq with the RG30 thing too, is because RG3 has put on display time and time again, she actually hates Caitlin Clark. Now that's a very strong word.
They don't hate rival. They don't hate each other.
But even if she doesn't like her, it's not a crime to. And there's a lot of variables. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird hated each other until they sat down and spoke.
They all hated each other.
They literally hated each other.
Yes.
Until they actually spent time together.
Exactly. They all hated each other back then. It was in this competition too. Like I said, those two girls came into the league. They marketed themselves. We know we're not going to make that much money in the WNBA. Let's market themselves. Like I said, and I'm going on record. I talk a lot of trash about Angel Reese, but I give the girl props. She doing her thing. She's marketing. So if the career's over, she got something outside of the career because she's doing it. But the other women are not. Asia Wilson, I wish she would be marketed more. That girl's mad. I try to talk about Kelsey Mitchell, Paige Buchanan. They don't market themselves. That's the way.
Liberty pissed me off. Becky Hammond.
Oh,
with some of her comments last year in reference to they should be considered the real team in New York and
right.
Like, whoa,
wait a minute.
Slow that shit down.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's still a shorter season.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they were not getting the eyeballs on the TV or the asses in the seats.
No. Until
Reese and Clark brought what they built in the NCAA and brought it over. And like I said, it's very comparable in terms of saving a league to Bird and Magic.
Right.
Bird and Magic, I tell people this all the time. Bird and Magic saved the NBA in the
Saved
80s.
the
Michael
NBA.
Jordan helped globalize it.
He saved. Yep.
Kobe and Duncan helped preserve it.
Yeah, and I said like last year when the two girls came in, Clark and Reese came in. I said, right now is the perfect time for the WNBA to go into the to blow up. This is it right here. The only thing we heard, and I'm gonna say this to both sides, the Angel Reese side and the Caitlin Clark side, both sides were showing racism towards each other. Let's keep it on, because I'm a fan of both.
Well, you see a lot of people that come out of the grass, so to speak, on both sides of it. And
Yeah.
RG3, if he said anything that made sense, it was hate Angel Reese because you're a Caitlin Clark fan, or hate Caitlin Clark because you're an Angel Reese fan, but don't hate either one of them because of racism.
Right. Yeah, with me, like with Angel Reese, my issue with Angel Reese was, and I always tell people, I really don't hate the girl. I'm not a big fan of her like but my thing with her was she whined about her people exploiting her body, but that's what she was doing. That was my issue with her. And while she was doing it, her game was, yes, she was getting the double-doubles, but her percentage was 29%.
And you know what's interesting, because I mean it sells, you know, because now even like when you look at wrestling, how the kayfabe shit isn't a thing anymore, or you look at with the women right now, with the movement, it's like it's a weird one, because can we say that the men that have played this game that are better looking people? Because let's be real, I love Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't. I love the late great Dikembe Mutombo. God bless his soul.
Yep.
But I don't think these guys are gonna be doing commercials because they were good looking cats.
Right.
Like somebody could say like, "Oh, Michael Jordan's pretty good looking cat," or Allen Iverson or something. But the point I'm making is like it sells, I guess, because I don't think necessarily Caitlin Clark was in a position where she could sell it in that regard.
Right.
But I got mixed feelings on it, because at the end of the day, you're only going to be this young once, and you might only have that star this for X amount of time. But at the same time, understand that there is a bit of a ramification in terms of people, and it's not necessarily her fault.
Right.
But it does kind of make it a little harder for you to be taken completely serious. But at the end of the day, Angel Reese is doing it on the court, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I like the way I look at it. It's okay to, and I'm just speaking on a man's behalf. I don't want to say like, hey, you man. On a man's behalf, men love beautiful women. There's some beautiful women in the WNBA. Paige Buchholz is fly. I love Aaliyah, the big boss, Aaliyah Boston. That's a bad sister. You got a bunch of them in the league. They need to promote.
And I'm not gonna lie, Idris. Like, I'm a basketball fan. I wouldn't tune into WNBA because I want to see people dunking on each other.
Yes.
But with more beautiful women, it does make it a little easier to want to watch.
Right. And see and like a lot of men have been saying, do this.
And if that makes me a chauvinist pig, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, so many people are giving them things like, do this. Because see, they fail to realize the NBA, like you were saying at the top a minute ago, Magic and Bird saved the NBA. The NBA was struggling big time.
Well, the thing that brought it together too is that, I mean, in a predominantly black sport, Larry Bird was respected by everyone who played in that league.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Similar, and Magic Johnson coming out of college was just, I mean, I'll be honest, bro. I think the only college player that I put above him without even thinking about it is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, formerly Lou Alcindor.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you had the markets, because Boston, Northeast, you had the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, Boston sort of is like, you know, we grind and we're more like, you know, punch you in the mouth, whereas the Lake Show was all about pizzazz.
Yeah.
And you had the Forum Club, and that's a whole other story.
Yeah. What's his name? Larry O'Brien. I can remember Larry O'Brien when he was the commissioner. The league was going down. I mean, Larry, but the league was going. It wasn't making money. It was going down. People, and then Magic and what's name came in. David Stern took over. Blah blah blah. The money started coming. The revenue. Blah, blah. And see, the WNBA need to follow that same model. And the model was set when Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. There it was. What
worries me about the league, though, is that the most tenured players,
Yeah.
if they continue to hate on Caitlin Clark, it helps Caitlin Clark, but it doesn't help the league.
It doesn't. Because if you know, like I remember when Jordan came into
I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. Caitlin Clark's the best player in that league.
She is. People ain't
She is.
She is. I remember when Jordan came into the league. I remember when Magic and Bird came into the league. Embraced by the league. Now the Lakers didn't like Bird because he's Boston. Boston didn't like Magic because it's the Lakers. But you know what? That they really pushed those two players. I remember when Jordan came into the league.
But that league was in disarray prior to Bird and Magic saving it.
Yes, and when Jordan came in,
the drug problems in the league alone, like when MJ chronicled this shit in The Last Dance, saying that like everybody was coked out of their skulls, not giving two shits about the team.
Yeah, and see when Jordan came in, I remember Dr. J embracing Jordan because they were like, this guy's like,
yeah, Dr. J was the elder statesman that definitely extended his hand to MJ.
OGs were like, yeah, now Will Chamberlain didn't like him.
And Magic Johnson gracefully handed him
that's what
the throne, so to speak, because I'm not 100% sure if Magic Johnson, maybe in his own solace, knew that he was carrying the virus and that was going to be the end of it for him.
Right.
But the way he so gracefully bowed out,
right,
when you're talking about a guy who was in the MVP voting, like right next to MJ, and what the Lakers did that particular year was actually quite impressive because Jabbar was retired, Byron Scott was playing hurt, James Worthy was getting old, Mike Dunleavy was an okay coach.
Yeah.
But what they did to make the finals that year was quite impressive.
You know what the women need to do? Whoever they have, Kelsey Plummer is on the Players Association. Whoever's in charge of the players, they need to fire that person. And they need to find someone who used to do the NBA, like a Marvin. I think Marvin Miller passed away though. Like Marvin Miller, Denora Smith, somebody who knew how to do this and go in and be like, hey, we need to bargain. We need to get some, because see, like the NBA players and the NFL players, they say, hey, we need part of these jersey sales, we need part of this, to where the women just said, we just want a cut of the money. No, y'all need to get a cut of jersey sales and y'all need to get a cut of all of that stuff. They needed someone who knows negotiation. These players are negotiating revenue. No, you need to negotiate everything else more than just revenue. Because revenue is indoors, not the other stuff.
Final thought in basketball related and wrapping it up. OKC Mavericks, New York Knicks, Orlando. Those are my conference finals next year.
Yeah. I can't argue against those. I can't argue with OKC.
I mean, you got to account for Cleveland, of course, in the East. You got to account for that.
I say OKC or Houston. One of the two. But
yeah, Houston is another one. I got to see how KD meshes with that young team.
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if I seen those two matchups. Definitely solid on New York and Orlando because I think
the Knicks have the clearest path they're ever going to have to win that East. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, Nunez.
The Sixers ain't going to be there. We know that much.
Oh, no, he don't care about no Sixers. He's a Laker fan.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he don't care about no Sixers.
Wolves in 5.
Yeah. All right, Nunez, who's going to the NBA Finals in your way too early predictions? Or at least the conference finals? Like
I say Lakers at Boston. Watch.
He's wild. Lakers at Boston, bro. Come on. Yeah, 2K maybe.
Who you got, Nunez? The Lakers at Boston?
Oh, you know he ain't picking Boston with
Lakers in Detroit. Hey, no worries, Coco.
Shout out to Daniel Nunez as well as Chanel for joining the show. Thanks for everyone who's been showing us support, watching, getting involved in the show. Clippers. Oh, once I saw Clippers, I had to stop reading. Clippers, bro. Bro. The Clippers?
Nah. Oh, before we go, Eagles fans, here's some trivia for you. I'm gonna give you the answer before we go. Where was the Eagles? The Eagles were planning to move 20 years ago. Where were they going? I'll tell you. They were supposed to be in Arizona instead of the Cardinals. The Eagles were moving to Arizona. Also, Here's another one before we go. The Seattle Seahawks, their logo, that's actually an eagle. Seahawk fans, I don't think know that, but it's actually an eagle.
Well, the Seahawks, they have a weird history because they used to be in the AFC.
They were for the
They
AFC.
were like a friggin' doormat. When Bo Jackson ran over the Boz, oh my.
Epic. And Boz thought he was all that.
Yeah, the Boz thought he was a bad boy. But the Boz was in business for the Boz. He didn't give a shit about the league.
That's
I'm
like
glad Bo ran his ass over.
like
Bo Jackson, so sad, man. 1990 season, 91 playoffs.
Imagine what he could have been.
True, a little Bo Jackson story before we get out of here. My Uncle Mario and my father, my late father, were at batting practice, watching him and the Big Hurt take some cuts. They were kind of walking off the field. They threw one directly to my old man.
Really?
But him and Uncle Mario got stuck together because they didn't want to drop their beers. So like a 6'6" Greek dude just comes out of nowhere, one hands it. And we're looking at them like, really, bro?
Because they didn't want to drop their beers.
Bo signed it. Bo signed it.
Oh, man. You're supposed to drop those beers, man.
Yeah, those beers are expensive.
Yeah, but
then again, you know, inflation and a different era.
Yeah, you got to drop the beers, though.
You got to drop the beers. I like the Yankees today, as I already stated. Going to be a fun game. Going to watch it with Noah.
Yeah.
What else going on? If you haven't already, make it a point, like and subscribe to the channel, the Richie H. Jr. Sports Podcast on YouTube. Make it a point to check out the Vicious Mix, the V Mix on live365.com, where you see what this guy's work looks like. Casual Convo Show Wednesday nights on Hand Radio every 8 to 10. 8 to 10 is the time slot every Wednesday. Check out the Basement Show as well as the Sports Corner with our boy Johnny Nast.
Mr. Nast.
Check out the Bleed Blue podcast as well, everyone. Thanks for joining. This was a fun show.
Oh, yeah.
And to Coco's point, the hour did go pretty quickly.
It did.
Thank you, Nunez, again. Always appreciate your contributions.
Yep.
Thank you, Coco, for hanging with us. And announcements to come for our next show. We are revving up very soon for football season. We're going to be putting out our preview shows in the near future. And we are also going to be doing that MLB trade deadline show right around the corner. I'm looking forward to Idris starting his new thing tomorrow with the boxing bi-weekly shows. And
nah, I'm joking. What is it?
That's a wrestling reference right there.
Daniel Nunez in the building.
Yes. But yeah, Idris, I'm looking forward to seeing what you got with this boxing show coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm challenging Zappy on his end to get on that UFC. We're going to get with Zappy about that. Also, I am looking forward to the prospects of you guys having your Saturday morning college shows. That'll be like our version of College Game Day.
Yeah.
Very much looking forward to that as well.
Yes, sir. Oh, also, before we go, August 31st, we're going to have our draft. That might be the day you see the whole crew in there together. Me, Richie, who was that? John Olsen, Brett. We're missing Shed and Zappy, but they'll be with us in spirit, I guess.
Oh, Nunez, he's going to be right here on our show. It's going to be a thing that Idris does for boxing, and I've been talking to Zappy. He wants to get a UFC rundown, and these are our two college savants in football. So I want these guys, especially Idris with the quarterbacks. I know it's an exciting time. Notre Dame lost the title game last year. They still have a window open to potentially get back there, especially with the BCS, including more teams. So I know Zappy's fired up for college football, as am I. And a lot of kids graduated. We're going to see where these programs go.
SU. Go Tigers, baby. All right.
He's Idris. I am Richie. Thanks for joining. We out.